What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and as many of you know, Orochi here ended up getting a change-up kit a while back, and now we can actually use regular memories to do the change-up kit for this character. But what we're going to do today is we're going to do something a little bit different than what I normally do. Usually we test everything in Guild Raid because that is where we get the most valuable rewards, right? But Orochi really isn't the greatest for this game mode, and actually right now it's locked, but he's just really not the greatest for this game mode because his 3PG can actually get interrupted. He can actually get stunned at any time, which is a real bummer that the god of KOFs 3PG gets interrupted. That's just so crazy to me because we have regular collabs, we have a lot of other characters that can their 3PGs just never get interrupted. But having said that, I want to see if the change of kit actually makes a difference in reviving Hell's Dungeon. And now the reason I'm going to this area is because the first stage that you actually have to do at tier 70 anyways is you need a purple team, right? Now this is my purple team that I'm using, right? And all these characters are EX characters now. Leona got a change of kit just recently, and Orochi got a change of kit a while back. And what I'm going to show you guys is a split screen of Orochi without his change of kit and with his change of kit. And is there really a difference in the damage, at least in RHD? Because in RHD, they actually go by awakened levels of the characters. Now, obviously, whenever a character has a change of kit, you can level them up a whole lot more because once you do a change of kit for them, then you can actually start farming for them and dispatch missions and trying to get them leveled up. And in here, you can actually start getting these shards right here. And then once you get those shards, then you can level them up even further. Once you get 1,000 shards, you can get a prime memory shard, awaken them even further and take them up to level 60. Then get another primary shard with another 1,000 shards, and then you can take them up to level 70, right? And that's really where the difference is going to be as far as RHD. I mean, awaken levels make a big difference, and then of course the dot explosion. And even with my Akuma at level 63, my Leona at level 50, my Orochi at level 50, it is very, very hard for me to clear that. And that's why, these EX characters are kind of cool because you can actually take them up to level 70, at least the characters that are always available in the game, like 97 Orochi, like 98 Omega. And as far as Orochi, whoops, didn't even click on her. As far as Orochi, what I did for him is his cores is I leveled up his attack all the way up. I leveled up his second and third skill because his second skill has the starlight and the third skill has the explosion. So they really do the most damage. You really have to use those two in tandem for the optimal damage. And also we used the first skill. We leveled up first skill as much as we could, penetrate as much as we could. And then I went ahead and opted just to use for shout because I don't really play PvP. It's just honestly, I don't really enjoy it anymore in the game unless I'm just having fun and friendly matches with my friends. But I did put Shout, and that's something else we're going to be testing. We're going to see how well Shout actually works because it actually does do damage. I'll be trying to use that thing in their RHD run that you guys are going to see. And I am running the Merlin set. These sets don't really matter because I'm using the same exact sets and the same exact builds in both of the runs that you guys are going to watch. But I mean, this is the set that I'm using. And then he's only got 2 stones. And by the way, just to show you guys, like, you're going to see how much damage this guy can do, even at tier 70, even at level 50, even when all the characters aren't at level 70, because they get a massive penalty applied to them whenever we do that. He still puts in a good amount of damage. Obviously, it's not going to be like Akuma because Akuma's built up more. Akuma's just stronger, blah, 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 blah. But you'll get the idea, right? You'll get the drift. But does the change of kit really make a difference in RHD before you start leveling up them, before you start taking them up to a higher level? So let me pull up the gameplay for you guys right now, and let's check it out, right? Here we go. So on the left side, as you guys can see, Orochi has his change of kit applied, and on the right side, he doesn't, right? Now, I tried playing these, as much as I could the same, but y'all know that, you're always going to have, there's always going to be different RNG factors and, when explosions apply, and there's always little variables in here. But anytime you run RHD, you always want to have, as many dot strikers as you can. I mean, I'm using Mary, SS Mary, I'm using Luke, I'm using Bison. Like, those three are just amazing because their dot applies to all enemies at once, right? And I can beat this right now. I mean, the runs you guys are going to watch right now, I'm not beating it. And the whole reason for RHD, and I've tried to stress this in quite a few videos, is that you really want to be able to do this with ease. You want to be able to fly through this with ease, because if you have to come in here every day and do what I'm doing right now, where you have to play and play and play and play before you get the win, it just takes so much time. And you already got quite a bit to farm in the game. And, I can't speak for everybody out there, but for me, I just don't want to play it because of that, right? I just don't want to farm because it takes me too long to do this because, I have multiple games that I play, as many of you already know. I just don't have the time to do that kind of stuff. So I really want to get it to where, my purple team can easily plow through this, my green team can plow through this, which is why I wanted on hell, and so on and so on and so on, right? I just want to have a team that where for each color to where you can absolutely murder this thing. And that's really what everybody should be striving for, because in this game mode, you're going to be able to get these experience balls. I can get 45 experience balls every single day from this. But if I'm able to beat this, I'm able to farm all these reviving hell's dungeons, I'm going to get, quite a few more. I'm going to get, 40, 45 more. I'm not really sure exactly how many, but I'm going to get quite a bit more, and it's going to make it a lot easier to take characters to level 70, because you have to use an insane amount of experience balls to level these characters up to level 60 and especially to level 70. It is very, very expensive, and as a content creator, I just want to make it easier. And I definitely don't want to be buying packs for experience balls, and I'm just not into that because I know you can farm for them, right? You can farm for this item, so you're really better off just to try doing it this way, right? But yeah, I mean, and it's really, really tough. It's really crazy to me that, even with Akuma at level 63 and, I'm using Leona, and Leona's got her weaken, by the way, as well, right? And I am using the weaken to try to do more damage because it does increase target damage received. But you'll find that in this game mode, it doesn't seem to really make a huge difference. It really doesn't. Like I did the change of kit, the run on the left you guys are watching, I did the change of kit and I used her weaken even more often to increase target damage received to all the enemies, and yet the damage wasn't really all that different. It just goes to show you that this game mode really does rely on the awakened level of your character, and of course the amount of explosion that you're doing, right? I mean, obviously Akuma and Orochi both have 5.5 times explosion, but it's just hard. It's really, really rough to try to do this. I'm trying to hit the weekend for Leona and then bring in, either a Akuma or bring in a Orochi so I can do a little bit more damage. But it really didn't, like I said earlier, it just doesn't seem to really make that much of a difference. It just doesn't seem to make that much of a difference at all. Maybe if I would have used Akuma's concentration, maybe that would have been better. I might try that in the future. But the thing is, once you get these characters awakened, right? And now I got 3 purple characters that all are EX characters. Once we get them awakened and waken them up even higher, then it's going to plow through this, guys. I guarantee you, once I have Orochi and Leona at level 60, I'll destroy this. I'll fly through this. It just takes an eternity to farm for shards, so that way you can actually do that. And I'm trying to use Leona's explosion, but her explosion just isn't that good, in all honesty, guys. It's just not that strong compared to the 5.5 times that Akuma and Orochi have. All I'm really using her for is just to apply a bunch of dot, delay timers, and that's about it. Plus use her increased target damage received from her first and second skill, but again, I don't think it really makes a big difference. I mean, I'm down to the middle of the 13th bar on the left, and on the right, I'm down to the 11th bar, right? So yeah, I mean, and again, these things do depend on the runs that you're actually doing, as far as how much damage you're actually doing to these opponents, timing everything. If Lady Chang's really weird because she's short, and because of the gravity, she just kind of falls really quick. So a lot of times, like when you got skills that hit above, they'll miss her, which is pretty damn annoying. Like Orochi's second skill can actually miss her. That is wacky as hell. So weird. Don't really got to worry about that with Akuma. He's going to hit her no matter what. But you see Orochi, his damage he's doing, it's like, maybe a third of a bar on the right. And on the left, we'll bring him in. We'll see how much damage he does here. So, I mean, it's about the same, guys. It's about the same. Even with the change of kit applied on the left side, it's about the same. He's doing about the same amount of damage. It really didn't make much of a difference at all, even with the shout and using the shout, even with using the weekend on the left side. And it just goes to show you that you really should be trying to level up. Oh, sorry guys, my camera ended up going out there. Sorry about that. But it really just goes to show you guys that you're going to have to use awaken levels. Yeah, the old battery in the camera just isn't that great. So I mean, you back up a little bit, guys, and you can see right here that we did 1 bar more on the left side by having a change of kit on Orochi and using the increased target AMC from Leona versus the right side where we didn't use it at all, right? Where we didn't have the change of kit, only 1 bar more damage. So it really didn't make that much of a difference at all as far as the change of kit being applied. I mean, it's obvious that we're going to have to farm in the exchange shop, or not exchange shop, but in the dispatch. We're just going to have to come in here and we're going to just have to start leveling up these characters through here, which takes an absolute eternity to do, man. This takes forever. And by the way, I used an insane amount of all these resources for Leona, and I still don't have enough shards just to take her to level, just to get that first prime memory shard, just to take her to level 60. So, but the grind is real, my friends. The grind is real in Dispatch Mission. It is ridiculous how many times you got to play in this in order to get enough prime memory shards. But at least it is a free thing that we can do. At least we can farm them. It just takes an absolute eternity. So let me know what you think about the change of kit in RHD. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. G2+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.